predict it?
Well, it's a little early in the morning here, so we need some hype up material. A Group B video is right here for you.
Let's go.
As a team, just like any other team, we do have our own weaknesses. At the moment in time, we are trying to work on our communication, as sometimes it can be a little bit muddled, it can be a little bit hectic sometimes, but that's been one of our main preparations coming to Raleigh.
Kill 'em.
Our team has definitely prepared some special stuff for this event. I think that every team does. You don't come to a major without anything secret up your sleeves, so I think every team does it. We definitely have.
Let's go.
I think the biggest weakness in our team is probably ourselves, to be honest. I think as long as we focus on playing our game and not worry about what other people are doing and just focus on us, I think we'll be completely fine this whole event.
Right now, I think the biggest strength of Team Secret is our individuality.
Kill 'em.
自分たちのチームは非常に年齢が若くて、みんな好奇心であったり、すごく努力をする人たちなので、いて楽しいし、非常に面白いです。
Let's go.
I think our group is really strong. All of the teams in our group are really strong with G2, Secret.
Rest of the teams in our group, I don't really care about. You have to beat every single team to win the tournament, so no matter who we have in groups, we have to beat those to get through to quarters. So for me, it doesn't matter. I think we'll beat them anyways.
Let's go.
Everyone comes into a major expecting they can take the trophy, so I 100% think we can win it.
Don't underestimate us, because we're coming.
The rest of the teams in our group, you guys have to watch out.
Fabian, humble as ever. We saw a little bit of that video yesterday. It's also been mixed up a little bit to get the interview with Cyclops as well in there. So, you know, it's I love these hype up videos. I love the videos we do for like media day and stuff.
Yeah.
For group stage preparation.
I'm sure we'll have more for playoffs. Yeah.
Exactly. I love these kind of videos. It gives you a little bit of a taste of what's heading in. Gives you a little bit of a storyline to build off of as well. Honestly, for this game here, this is two teams that know each other incredibly well. They've played against each other so many times now in the past. Both European teams, one in Pro League, G2, obviously the reigning world champions back-to-back years. Secret, however, such a roller coaster of a lifetime for them.
Yeah. Being in Challenger League, definitely not where they belong at the moment, but it's where they ended up just due to getting relegated last season. Just they had a really bad season. Similar story to what Immortals is looking like right now known as MIBR. So it's rough, but you know, you got to do what you got to do to stay in Pro League, and Secret are going to work their way back there, I imagine. Just not yet.
Well, we have some rosters for you. It's the G2 Esports roster. World Championship jerseys on their backs right now. It's Goga, Fabian, Pengu, Kantaraketi, and Uno. Not a whole lot to be said for this team. Obviously, it's the same kind of story heading into the Six Invitational, which was they look like they're underperforming online. They look like they're underperforming inside of Pro League in the season. As soon as they get to a major, as soon as they get to a LAN event, hold on to your hats because it's an entirely different ride.
This will be a much better test, though, because Cyclops are a bit newer to everything, and it's more likely that G2 are going to perform against them, whereas against a team like Secret, a lot of experience, this is where we'll see whether or not we're seeing a very different G2 than we saw during the online season so far.
Exactly. And their counterparts, Team Secret, will be up right after this. Taking a look in right now, just look at the preparation. Obviously, pretty good coaching staff, and actually one of their coaching staff members, Farrell, left G2 to go and play.
Yeah, got replaced by Sua, though, who's been doing a good job as well.
Well, we have an interview with one of the G2 members. Let's take a look at that.
So we played against Cyclops. First map was Villa, second map was Kafe. Pretty good feeling. I think the first game is pretty much about getting comfortable with the environment, with the settings, with the chair, with the table, and I think it shows in that gameplay. Took a few rounds to warm up. Being champions always means that you gotta stand up, whether that's new teams like the new team, like Japanese team that we just faced, or whether it's Empire, you always gotta play your best game. And I wouldn't say we underestimated them. We studied them quite a lot. We knew they were a good shot, and we actually quite honestly thought that they would take one map from us. So going into this game, yes, they were a new team, but we did not underestimate them.
So you get to hear Pengu's thoughts there about the game against Cyclops, and hard not to understand where he's coming from there. Every game, you got to go in with the same mentality. Let's take a look at the Team Secret roster, though. The team that took down Rogue yesterday, a team that was looking very strong coming out of Valencia, but Team Secret as well, looking very strong coming out of Vegas at the Allied Minor. It's Meepy, Fonkers, Leon, Farrell, and Alems.
Yeah, we definitely saw a different Secret than we were expecting yesterday in terms of they definitely have a lot of performance still. They played very well. We saw 3 flawless rounds in a row even from them at the beginning of Coastline. That was definitely the Secret we remember from the season before last. Obviously, they've struggled a little bit, but as you mentioned, Farrell doing well on the team. Fonkers also one of the new members to the team doing quite well. Leon definitely showed up a bit as well. It was maybe that we just didn't get to see as much from yesterday, but maybe that will change today, as you never know. Like, different players tend to show up sometimes at different times. But listen to what they have to say.
The first match was versus Rogue. We won 2-1, being 7-4 on Clubhouse, 6-8 on Bank, and 7-3 on Coastline. Despite the results, it was a lot closer than it looked. We did have a few issues going into Clubhouse and obviously into Bank as well. They reverse sweeped us. But once we got into Coastline, we knew our comfortability and we just knew we could take it from there. Our communication is constantly improving. Obviously, not being a full British lineup kind of puts us behind a bit with being a French and a Finnish player. But the more that we play with them, the more they're getting better and the more they're talking. So they keep playing, they'll just do much better. This match was a definite confidence boost because last time we played Rogue last year, we lost 2-0. And also reading on Reddit and stuff like about how we were going to lose because we're in Challenger League, really showing people wrong is what we're doing well in, and we're really confident going into the further matches.
Same kind of thing we were saying yesterday there. Don't sleep on them just because they aren't in Pro League anymore. This is a very good roster that narrowly made it to Rio.
Yeah.
Came down to the very last play day to make it to Rio, and the then mock it that then turned into Na'Vi that's no longer Na'Vi, that's now Orgulous roster that's now in Challenger League.
What a complicated history.
It's been a long 9 months, let's just say that much. But let's take a look at the map, Vito, sort out where we're going. Consulate will be banned off rip by G2. Interesting is that's one of those maps, you know, they kept in the back pocket before SI19.
Maybe they feel like they showed a lot. Bank, they're going to go next. Pretty good map for G2 as well. But what will they actually be playing on? What will the first map pick be here? Should be interesting. Coastline. Oh, G2 actually picking that after the performance we saw from Secret yesterday where they got 7-3 against Rogue. So interesting choice. Clubhouse coming out there from Secret. And that's also an interesting choice because G2 have not played it during the season yet, whereas Coastline they had played. They had a little bit of mixed play on it, though. They did get 4-7 by Chaos on it, G2 did. But they did manage to draw against Empire on Coastline, and that's a pretty good scoreline there against Empire because they are very strong on that map. Kafe, the Decider, both teams liking that map as well, so it should be an interesting series. I really like to see whether or not G2 have something in store based off what they saw coming out from Secret on Coastline, or if that's maybe a bit of a mistake after such good play from Secret. Obviously, Secret are happy to play that again. They played it so well yesterday. The Clubhouse is going to be the real blind one going in because G2 have not played it during the season. Secret are risking a bit going to that because we know that G2 will tend to ban a map and refuse to play it during the season to save it for LAN. So that's a bit risky to do that, especially since Secret have been out of Pro League for a bit here. Looked like there was a tactical timeout coming out there from G2 before the match even starts. They're really preparing. So I see Shaz there, the long-time coach going back to when they were Penta. Having been there for a while, Sua is the newest analyst to the team. A lot of fun filling over your lap. There's a lot of fun chat and banter going on.
So obviously we have the lobby up right now. We're just waiting to get underway. And let's just say that G2 and Secret, they know each other fairly well. They like each other a lot. They are good friends. And I'm just reading some spicy tea right now in this chat.
G2 especially, he likes to keep it interesting. Fabian was trolling in the chat as well.
Yep, Fabian was trolling as well.
I wish we had like an outtake sort of thing that just showed the banter.
I don't know how much of that could actually go public, dude. There's a lot there that's
like... It's a bonus YouTube video kind of thing.
There's a lot there that I don't think should ever go public. I'm not going to lie.
So someday we'll have that as a bonus. Like occasionally, you know, comms can get released. That's like the extra spicy.
Maybe like a year from now, I'll recite it all.
It's fun. I like that they, before matches at least, teams tend to be a lot more jovial. After matches, maybe not as much, but before it tends to be where everyone's looking to have a good time, have some fun with it. But
yeah,
it'll be interesting to see how this goes down. In terms of the first few rounds, though, could we see some spicy spawn peaks, things like that? There are a few angles on Coastline some of these teams could be bringing out if they want to just take it interesting. Pengu's facial hair getting up there.
That's another point of contention for the poor guy is everyone's telling him to shave.
I'm honestly not a huge fan of the facial hair on Pengu. I think he looks a little bit
I think if there was one person who
it,
desperately needed to shave on G2, it's Kanto.
Yeah, he's getting a bit into it. This little hobbit look that he has going on sometimes.
Yeah, if there was one person, I think Pengu looks okay. I think Kanto, though.
I was talking to Fabi before. He decided to take Junus's facial hair now that he's off the team.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw him walking around.
Almost at a... it's nice of him to continue that. I mean, why not, right?
Community vote goes 80-20 in the favor of G2.
Well...
So maybe people not really believing a whole lot in Secret, even after yesterday's performance against Rogue.
I think 80-20 is a little unfair to Secret, which is funny, too, considering the performance that G2 has had online. I would have actually expected the community to have given a bit more to Secret, but I don't know. You never know.
I'm sorry, this chat's hilarious. They're talking about the community vote.
I wish
right
you guys
now.
could see it. It's definitely a fun chat we get in there.
Farrell was saying that they had 4% odds to win Vegas, so you know what? We'll take 20 any day of the week.
It's definitely looking better in that sense.
Yep.
You take what you can get in that sense, but it's definitely an uphill battle here, though, for Secret, because they are not as warmed up in the sense of not having the Pro League going on right now, but they did get pretty warmed up yesterday. Had quite a good match. So...
Marcia, stop writing things in chat to yell at me.
Yeah, we have Marcia spectating over here on this stream. So
yeah, I know there were a lot of questions about the spectators yesterday. So yes, we have.
I'm not sure
Marcia.
who it is over on the B stream.
I believe it's Bika.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure on that, but could be.
But yeah, Marcia is our lovely primary spectator here on the A stream. We're just waiting to get into the way. I actually don't know what the holdup is.
Yeah, I mean, we got everyone in the lobby. Obviously, they're all chatting in there as well, so just kind of waiting. Might be waiting for, one particular player to be ready on one side in terms of getting things going, but it looks like everyone's getting pretty geared up, and there we go. We're going to get underway. On to Coastline.
Let's get it, baby. Map 1, Game 1 of Day 2. It's the winner's bracket match. You win this, you're in quarterfinals. You lose this, you have another game to play tomorrow. This is your chance to make it cleanly into the quarterfinals and assert yourself as the #1 seed in Group B. Pretty wide open group between, I would say, 3 of the teams anyway. You never really know who out of that group would come out on top and come second, but we stand as it is right now with the opportunity for both Team Secret and G2 to come away with the #1 seed. And if they lose, they'll be matching up against the winner of the Rogue and Cyclops game, which is happening currently on the Bravo stream, if you'd like to pull open the multi-Twitch or just head over there.
Yeah. It's funny to see Lion getting banned against G2. I believe that happened yesterday as well from Cyclops, and it's like they were the team that would normally be the ones to ban G2. So it's kind of funny to see that come out. Valk going to get banned as well, something we do see occasionally on Coastline here, but the Nomad ban is interesting. They're really setting up for a lot of roam play, especially now with Mira play and Echo both in play. Should be spicy. We know that Gogol play quite a bit of Echo a lot of the time. Might see that come out. They will be starting on defense, so we'll find out soon. See what they decide to start with.
So we're going to kick things off on Hookah. Hookah Billiards, the primary we saw yesterday for Coastline.
It's really become the dominant site. I think it's just because of the way it forces the attackers to play so linearly towards Aqua. Meepy, are you going to stick that Fuse? Fuse Elite there, even.
I mean, we saw 4 roam hunting operators yesterday coming out from Secret. And
well, then they banned 2 of them this time. There's Fabian on the Echo, interestingly enough, and maybe not going to stick it. He just wants to hide that IQ pick.
Mm-hmm.
He's not hiding it very well, and that people kind of figure you're going to 6th pick off that, but we also have a Vigil coming out for some roam play. Like I said, roam play should be a little bit better with Lion and Nomad banned, but you never know. They are going to have the Jackal at least to hunt that down.
So the 6 picks, they work against one another. You have the IQ from Meepy directly into Fabian's 6 pick to Echo. So Team Secret starting off with a much different roster than they had yesterday in terms of operators on Coastline. We saw the Gridlock, we saw the Nomad, we saw the Dokkaebi.
It certainly worked for Secret.
It did indeed, but today we have a Capitao, which has gone unbanned because Rogue is not present. Usually isn't here to rail on the ability of Capitao. And we also have a Zofia that kind of made an entrance on the other two maps, but not so much on Coastline for Secret. And then a Jackal, which has stayed pretty consistent through a lot of these maps for Secret.
Yeah, I mean, despite the slight nerf Jackal just got, he's still a very powerful operator. And teams definitely want to run him, especially in an environment like this where I feel like on LAN, you see even more roaming than you see online because teams can play a bit more aggressive and stuff with the lack of latency. Things can be a lot quicker. And you see players tend to play a bit more aggressively, actually, I think, on LAN. Getting ready with that spicy C4.
One of the big things about LAN is that you can actually hold an angle a lot more effectively. Kanto is going to start things off inside of the main lobby onto OM. So there goes your Capitao very early on. There goes 2 of your smokes.
Really good early pick, really. I mean, I guess the Habana would have been the next best pick. Or the Jackal. Uno, though, is the one susceptible most to the Jackal in the sense that he's going to be roaming around, hiding from drones, but the footprints will give him away. Although he could use that to bait into a little bit, because they might want to follow up the footprints against the drones. But no, here, Kanto about to get another fight. No. There is the ping coming out, though. He was spotted.
Yeah, so the drone will isolate Kanto on the theater stairs, and everyone from Team Secret remaining will start condensing upon him as the Jackal track will come out onto Kanto as well as he's
Oh, the smoke.
The wrong set of footprints there.
There was a couple.
That was Goga on site that they were able to Jackal track. That's not going to give you a whole lot of intel, so he's going to let that one ring out before he uses the next one, just in case Goga wants to start swinging something. But for the time being, Kanto is safe inside a courtyard.
I like how he's knowing he's being hunted. He's actually waiting for people to go hunt for him. He's actually in courtyard peeking up. Uno also looking for any kind of angle here. He did get caught out on it. Secret knows. You see someone downstairs watching that hole that just got opened up. Uno needs to be careful with that because that could easily work against him. He might not even have the best angle on it because vertical angles tend to be a little bit varied in terms of where you can see heads or feet. So it can be tricky when you open those up.
Bomb located by attackers.
Farrell spraying into the depths of Fuka, and Uno playing some bullet holes now inside of Fuka, waiting for the push across. Nothing just yet, but Pengu will be felled now at the hands of Leon, and another one for Team Secret as they start storming into the objective. Uno will be the next one to drop, rushing into the bar, but Goga plays that one pat. There goes Farrell down to a 3v3 and launching more smokes out as they're losing the Yokai drones. Fonker's on 90 on the flank control. Kanto will be dropped, and Fabian immediately on the trade onto Leon. Down to the 2v2 now. Both Plant and Al operators still up for G2, and as I say that, Fabian will be dropped down. Goga on 5 HP, but Fonker's the last man standing for Team Secret. Technical 1v2 or 1v1 here, pushing up the hallway, Shaka, but no! The trades come out. Goga and Fonker's trade in the middle of that.
Wow, because of the trade, then the defenders win on that.
They do win. There are no more draws in rounds anymore, so what a fascinating
I
way.
thought that was an attack win for sure right there, but because of the way the trades went down. Yep. That was difficult too because the shotgun and the pump is a bit slow in firing. Yep. It is a very deadly weapon at close range, but if you have to pump for a second shot, it can be tricky. But yeah, the F's coming out in chat because I think Secret thought they had that for a second there. Dokkaebi coming out potentially here. So now they're going back to that more roam hunting style we saw from the yesterday, but Uno actually going to bring out the Mira for Bar. Pretty good operator for that. Will he be a roaming Mira, I wonder, though? Set up those mirrors and then go for it? I could see Uno going for that. He was trying to play a bit more of a roam operator, but at the same time, he stayed in hookah a lot of last round.
Attackers need to locate
and we'll see. That was definitely an interesting first round, though. A lot of kind of jockeying for position for a while before kills started coming out. Bonkers, though, with 4 of those last round. Goga with 3. So interesting, not necessarily the operator or the player you'd expect to have them on G2, but that was down to some clutch play.
Yeah, it was the anchor play for G2 that really was the saving grace there. You had Fabian and Goga both stepping up, and as the smoke and the echo, your job is really to pick up the pieces when things start falling apart on site. It's not really your job to go out and, you know, grab 3 kills like Goga did, but someone's got to do it, and the rest of your team's dropping like flies. Someone's got to get involved, and that's exactly what Goga and Fabian do on the round. And good clutch potential from them there. Of course, every single member of the G2 roster, they're pretty capable on their own, even in individual situations, no matter the role they're playing on.
Yeah, it's interesting to see Goga go over to the Legion, though. I mean, Goga tends to play a lot of kind of anchor roles to an extent, and I would have expected him more on the mute or the smoke or the echo, but instead going with the Legion. Interesting choice. Looks like he's playing still pretty close to sight at the moment as they're playing on bar now. Pengu, the one actually playing kind of close to sight. Fabian playing a bit off sight in kitchen on that echo. So a bold move.
We saw this a little bit from Team Secret yesterday on their defenses downstairs. Fonkers is just inside as with Feral. Oh my, everyone's storming into the objective, but Goga will shut down Feral and Pengu having to retreat back to the Sunrise entrance. Kanto with another, but Fonkers will at least trade Goga out. So there goes that Legion earlier on. 50 seconds into the round and we're in a 4v2. Fabian will drop Fonkers, Pengu as well, and the SMG-11 tagging in for support. Now it's all down to Alem suddenly bursting into kitchen window, being sprayed out from courtyard by Kanto through the soft wall. But 2 minutes remaining here for Alems to try and work out of a 1v4. Pengu's on low HP, he's got to take the ones, and he's not being given a lot of 1v1s. G2 know the advantage they have. They're not going to try and press it too far, so this looks like it's going to be an early 2-0 lead for G2.
Is a surprising amount of aggression coming out from Secret that's getting punished pretty heavily. I mean, they almost won last round, but this round, not looking good for them. I mean, Goga had a good kill initially, and then we saw one from Kanto as well, and that really kind of set things off. It seemed like Secret just did not have a good follow-up to that. Yes, there's one logic bomb left, and I imagine Elms is going to have to really think about the right time to use it, but he could actually just be having a chat with his team right now and deciding to use this extra time to work as sort of a tactical timeout. Talk about what did not work that round, and what did not work was the aggression. Pengu even still alive at the moment, despite his low health, so a one kill into Goga is not really going to do a lot for you here, although he is a top fragger on the team at the moment, I suppose.
Yeah, this feels like it's a tack timeout for Team Secret, just taking advantage of what they can do, because
they can't talk to the coach during this. That's the big difference. Of course, during the actual tack timeout, the coach can talk. During this, yeah, it's definitely just talk amongst the team, kind of calling an audible. Looks like they're done talking. He's just going to go in and try and clutch it, potentially. Not a lot of potential for that, but hey, why not? He's got the diffuser a bit far away from him, got a phone he could try and pick up as well from the one kill onto Goga, but that's a bit risky, and he's not really going to get a whole lot of cams out of that, as there is no Maestro because he's banned, and you can't hack the Echo drones.
Kanto's going to swing, dome him once, Lems will fall. Like I said, early 2-0 lead here for G2. Last round a lot closer and a lot scarier there for G2, but same result either way. That rush there from Team Secret really not paying off.
Well, I mean, they're getting some early round intel and thinking they can act on it, and I feel like G2 is kind of almost baiting them into that, making them think they're a little bit weak in their setup. They're seeing whole, and I appreciate that they're trying to take advantage of what they see, but it's just not working. It seems like G2 is ready for that. They're able to collapse very quickly on what's going on. Some of that's down to good communication, I imagine, amongst G2 to be able to make those collapses. Some discussion going on here. Looks like there's actually a tactical being called out, so they can talk to the coach now. But or I'm sorry, technical. That's why Helby doesn't have the microphone down. So must have been a small issue. They're taking a chance to talk amongst themselves, though. As you can see, Shaz doesn't have his mic down either, as the coaches aren't allowed to talk during a technical timeout.
Not sure what the tech problem is, although Fabian's ditching the headphones, so something's going on.
Maybe that's what it is. Maybe it's an audio issue. We have had occasional audio issues. It confirmed it is an audio issue, so it might have been on Fabian's side. Over on the other match going on there, we see an interesting start as we have Rogue already up 2 rounds against Cyclops on Bank. So that should be interesting. Of course, do the multis Twitch so you can see both these going on at the same time if you want. Just so you can keep an eye on the other match, but of course you want to listen to us over here on this stream, as this is the spicy match to be watching. Leon going to sneak onto that Twitch. We're going to see an Alibi come out and a Mozzie as well on G2 side, along with the Vigil again. This should be an interesting lineup from G2.
Need to locate and defuse
this particular
as many
defense
bombs
on Kitchen. Now they're doing their full tour here, as they've done Bar and Hookah already. This is obviously their third bomb site. We could see them play Penthouse potentially, especially with the Mira still available, but they don't have to if they don't want to.
a bomb.
Well, Leon's got a Twitch drone in sight. Always a good start. You got to be worried about Goga maybe spotting that and picking that up.
Yeah.
As it's not the Twitch elite. Won't blend in as well as that.
Yeah, definitely. I'm glad that's banned at the moment, because that is a little bit of a slight advantage. A little bit of a slight, yeah. It is a small advantage that you get.
A lot of flexibility and a lot of mobility on the operators that G2 have taken. You get an Alibi, you've got a Vigil, you've got a Mozzie, you've got a Legion. Really, it's probably just going to be Fabian on site. I don't really see a whole lot of mobility as I say that. Man is peeking service door, and he does not come away with the victory on that one. Leon reading him like a book. Uno dropped to about 50 HP as well, so an aggressive stance taken by G2, responded to quite well by Team Secret.
That means maybe a little less important spotting out those yokais. They're still going to be probably around to provide intel, but they're not going to stop the defuse plan now, if it actually gets to that point.
Wouldn't be all too shocked if we get there eventually. Obviously, the mirror is still available. It wasn't banned out, but at the same time, the Twitch is beneficial for a couple other things. You can find the pests, you can find Mozzie drones, you can find goo mines, you can take care of Alibi holograms as well.
Leon about to get in a fight here in second. And unfortunately, no one wins. Just, oh, there we go. Kanto takes him down. Good trade for Fabian. Taking down that Twitch now.
And another aggressive play there for G2, but this one pays off for them swimmingly. As Kanto down to about 25 HP, but at the same time, you've removed Leon on the Twitch from play. Interesting that Farrell's taking up Jackal now instead of Twitch, where he was really going off with yesterday.
Yeah, seems like they're just trying to make that change up to be able to play a little more aggressive on the attack here. Just by be able to control the roamers a bit more, but it doesn't seem like it's working. Goga, though, playing very aggressive and unfortunately gets punished. He's got a phone call coming in. No, actually, he's the one to punish Fonkers. Now he's got plenty of time to answer that call.
Trying to push into the bathroom now is Alem from the main lobby. You can see multiple members from Team Secret all on the east side right now. Burling in through the lobby and now pushing into Courtyard will be Farrell pressing up, taking a bullet to the side. He's down to 50 himself. I mean, this is the round that was heavily in the favor in terms of Team Secret to start, getting that opening pick and dropping Uno to 50, but suddenly tides have turned the opposite direction. G2 now in the driver's seat as a smoke grenade will land right at the feet of Pengu. Throw to Leishman to try and slow down Farrell's mobility. If he vaults over, the spray through the smoke. Farrell's going to hit the deck at 25, hit the Legion Mine now down to about 15. Pengu's still spraying wildly through, but it'll be Goga to pick up the kill in the midst of the smoke. You still have coverage from above as well as Alem's inside of the lobby, spiraling with no real support here as Uno through the floorboards will drop Meepy. Suddenly a 5v4. And
this looks familiar.
A wonderful advantage that Team Secret once had completely evaporates, and G2 quickly up 3-0 in stark contrast to the way that Secret started Coastline yesterday.
Yeah, they're not even playing that full anti-roam kind of thing they were playing yesterday, and maybe they should be. That seemed to work a little bit better, but at the same time, this is a very different team. G2 are not necessarily playing super aggressive, but they're also kind of really controlling the area. There's even a call out on the good read from Fabian, as you mentioned. Read him. Although it was Leon, yeah. I don't know if Fabian could actually be trolling Leon there too.
Well, I mean, you also got to remember that Farrell was part of the G2 coaching staff for nearly a year.
Yeah.
So he's probably got some. He's probably got some idea of what G2 want to be bringing.
The trolling coming out from Fabian. We're gonna see our first pulse here, teasing that they're gonna go with the mirror, but nope, it's gonna be the pulse instead. They're doing a good job really reading into the way that Secret's attacking, though, and they're kind of establishing a perimeter a lot of times around the bomb site and holding it very well. You saw even Pengu a bit off-site, for example. It just seems that Secret can't really penetrate that perimeter that they're setting up to get it close enough to set up for a plant, and they're just losing teammate after teammate pushing it. They can't seem to isolate enough members of G2 to really weaken that.
Well, we were seeing a lot of gridlock yesterday from Team Secret, a lot of anti-roam operators, obviously the Lion and the Nomad banned, but we're getting a gridlock now from Alems.
I think that's a good choice. You really want to shut down the areas of the map you don't want them to be roaming on, so you can start to try and at least put a bit more effort into penetrating that perimeter and try and focus on doing it a little slower, one at a time. If you have the gridlock tracks kind of locked down behind you, you can focus a little bit more to do that and stop getting flanked, because you can kind of focus on one specific direction, especially on such a circular map. Although you do have to worry about, of course, the courtyard crossings. Kanto trying to get sneaky here. Almost supposed to, he's waiting for a drone to come in on him. One does not, but he completely reads into the fact that someone was pushing onto the other side. Just does not do anything with that. Going for a peek out here instead. Looks like Farrell could be a victim here if he walks into the sites, but I don't think he's going to. I think he's focused on that doorway instead. But Kanto is caught by Leon. Leon could go for a 10 damage. Decides not to. Instead, Fonker's going to take the shots.
There goes Kanto inside of Sunrise Bar, trying to peek out and catch someone off guard, and now turning the corner, now being twitch-troned in Uno. Dead to rights as he turned the corner onto Farrell, so that's another one now for Team Secret as they have a quick 2-man advantage. Much better start, and like you said, a much slower start that seems much more methodical here for Team Secret.
A lot of it actually is due to Leon. The Twitch drone, while it's not the elite one, is still very quiet compared to the regular drone. He's fully using that to his advantage. He droned out 2 players to death. Fabian finally going to be the 3rd as well. This is nearly flawless here for Team Secret, who are being a lot more patient. It's the droning, though, coming out from Leon that I got to credit to this.
That's the kind of thing that doesn't show up on a scoreboard, and Pengu continuously putting his face in the midst of a windowsill.
Wow,
we saw flawless rounds yesterday from Team Secret on the attack on Coast. We finally get one back in the win column for Fritz. And Elby and Leon doing a little bit of a dance, because, I mean, at this point, you got to keep morale high. You're down 3-0 against one of the best teams in the world. You got to start pulling this one out of the back pocket.
Well, they found out the secret to it, the attacks working, which is, I don't know, drone properly first. They're, rather than taking these fights blind or letting the roamers control the pace of play, they're just isolating each one of them. They're pushing in with Leon's Twitch drones, just being very quiet, finding someone, not necessarily going for a ping, just good call-outs coming out from him, and it's absolutely working. But interestingly enough, they're going to switch Farrell over to the Twitch, but they're going to give Leon the ability to spot roamers still on the Jackal. They're going to tease the Capitao, but bring out that gridlock yet again, this time on Meepy.
And G2 are going to stick the mirror, so that means that Farrell will have some work to do with his Twitch drones, but yesterday we didn't see a whole lot of the drone work from Farrell. It was a lot of the crouch walking F2.
You know, that can work just as well. It's still just as quiet, but obviously you need to make sure to land your shots or it could be just as detrimental. But Fonkers up there, 7, beating Goga and Kanto at 6 and 5. So we're definitely seeing some highlight plays from specific players so far. But G2 definitely maintain that lead at 3-1 right now. Looking pretty good despite that flawless round. Little crouch mirror there. Coming out from Uno. He's also covering his own back with that deployable shield.
That means they're down a Nitro Cell too. That's interesting that they would have Uno take the deployable instead of someone like Kanto. I think I'd much rather have a Nitro Cell than one set of barbed wire when you can have 2 more on Goga and Fabian. But hey, this is what they have chosen.
The way they want to do it.
Yeah. So you only have 1 Nitro Cell in the back pocket of Pengu, I imagine. I don't think there's, I was going to say, there's no universe in which you take a bulletproof camera over a Nitro Cell, but you never know with G2. Sometimes they just like to surprise you.
We'll see if they can surprise Secret this round, because they certainly couldn't last round. But really, maybe they need to consider throwing out some more Mozzie play or mute play. They've already got the mute. They had the Mozzie previously, but it seems like denying the droning would be a good idea after the way things went down last round. That won't deny the Jackal, though, from Leon, but still.
Last time they defended this site, Kanto was roaming around by Theater Stairs. This time around, it looks like he's playing inside a site, trying to set up some bullet holes to look down at the end of 90. Burning out the ADS will be Fonkers once with an impact. He's trying to open up that soft wall into Hookah. Nice. There goes that mirror immediately. I'm not sure if that was a Twitch drone or just someone shooting from possibly Purple Tarp, or who knows.
The attacker's bomb.
Yeah, I'm not sure if Purple Tarp will have good enough angle on that, especially with the deployable shield there, but I don't know. I would say it is pop now, though, either way. Now they're going to have to fight it, and actually is going to be used against them. So sticking the mirror might fully backfire here on the team, depending on how that gets used. Fabian's still playing this Echo, despite, I don't know, not actually being that effective on it.
Fabian and Pengu will be double holding inside of Aquarium. Very precarious situation, but they've reinforced the hatch that drops down into Office, put a deployable shield there as well. So multiple deployable shields being brought out. The stun canisters come out, but the impact lands just short, so that deployable shield will live on. Now wide swinging into luggage, and Fabian continuously darting back and forth as he's being Jackal tracked. This could be the perfect bait for Pengu to pick up a couple kills, but Fabian will do it all himself with the MP5, all rushing over. Pengu with huge 2, and pulling out the shotgun for 3! Fabian's been down to the back, but it's all Pengu alone and behind the bar. Meepy in a 1v5 as he tries to tear down into Aquarium. He'll take down Pengu, the man on fire. Fabian's still bleeding out in the depths of Aquarium, so a technical 1v3 now. Still a tall mountain to climb here for Meepy.
Man, Aquarium just became a huge death trap there. This time, at least, it's not a Lem's trying to clutch, but Meepy's still going to have a huge uphill battle. I'm not sure how many smokes are left, but it doesn't matter. Kanto taking advantage of the bullet holes he set up as a distraction, gets his shot off, and that was definitely a round that looked like it could have started going Secret's way, but Fabian and Pengu teaming up in Aqua. I love the play because you've got Pengu playing behind the bar, in a situation where they've got to focus on Fabian on that shield and the camera. They cannot be distracted by the bar side, but they absolutely were. Pengu completely used that to his advantage. Fabian actually doing some good work that round right after I call him out for not really being great on Echo, although he did only get 1 kill.
I think last round, so the round before the one that just transpired, the one that G2 lost, that was an example of G2 trying to stretch their limits, really push the envelope and see what they could get away with.
Yeah.
There were a lot of peaks, there were a lot of solo roams there. There were a lot of aggressive stances taken by G2 to a pretty ridiculous degree.
Yeah.
And they just said, you know, we're going to take a round here to try and test the waters a little bit. We're going to dip our toe in and say, how absolutely far can we push this in terms of aggression? They went over their limit, so they dial it back a little bit. And honestly, like that aquarium hole, that really ripped apart Secret. That impact landing short on the couch instead of getting rid of that deployable shield, that's a big mishap there for Team Secret. And right now, G2 on a roll.
Well, Fabian finally going to ditch the Echo. I feel like the way he was playing it, I don't think he was meaning to play Echo for a late round denial. I think his idea was, let's set up the Yokais as just like Valk cams that we can use later if we need to, and I'm just going to play the ACOG. In this case, you know, he's deciding I'm going to play the ACOG, but to be able to heal my teammates if need be, or to be able to play it a bit more aggressive. I appreciate the idea, because had he been Doc, say, last round, he would have been able to pick himself back up. He just wants to be a little more robust in his ability to win these firefights instead of dying so early. And the bulletproof camera certainly doesn't hurt as well since Maestro's banned. Might as well get that extra bit of intel, because again, if he was playing it that way on Echo, where he's just playing for extra intel plus the ACOG, he's going to be Kanto, the aggressive desk play, loses half his health, but they have a Doc now. He can get healed back up if need be.
I'm sure Fabian will try and make his way over towards Kanto. Uno inside of service, joined by Fabian now inside of kitchen, so this is again heavy extension on the horizontal plane, and yep, there goes Kanto taking a stim pistol right to the face mask.
Hey, he's one of your top fraggers, better keep him healthy.
Absolutely, so he will press on and continue to be a nuisance on the side of Team Secret downstairs behind the Lambo desk.
Especially killing the gridlock now, he should be able to move a bit more freely. Still gonna worry about Leon on that Jackal track though.
We're waiting to see the entrance here for Team Secret. Oh my, Fabian identified and taken apart now by Leon outside of the kitchen window.
Second time through that kitchen window that Leon's gotten him.
It's Fabian running into early tribulations. They do have a Mozzie Pest on the door here, so they won't be able to drone it, but it's the Jackal. It's Leon. Pengu gonna swing on this, and he hits the hipfire headshot. It's the second hipfire headshot we've seen in 2 days, and it's just working out for him.
Get some clips for his montages.
Might as well get the highlight reels rolling. So again, a man disadvantage here for Team Secret. Aggressive stance is taken by G2 time after time after time, and it was Team Secret that were being heavily aggressive against Rogue yesterday on Coastline, and it seems like that strategy is being given to them tenfold here by G2.
Yeah, they are definitely not having the same level of success with that. I mean, 4-1 right now, and this is a map that can be attack heavy. It's certainly not looking that way right now. It's not great so far. I mean, this was G2's map pick, and Team Secret picked attack first. So that seems like a bit of a mistake. I mean, see how the defense rounds go.
After their performance yesterday, as Pengu's still laying prone inside the Sunrise entrance. There goes another one on the Feral. He's got pressure from the window now from Fonkers as he tries to retreat back and forth between the kitchen window. And Alem's outside the blue bar window, battling back between 2 separate angles, and now pressing into the Sunrise entrance as Pengu's disoriented. He's gonna hit the deck. Another 3K for Pengu. Gogo will wrap it up on the Legion onto Alems as he tries to vault into Sunrise. It's a clean sweep there for G2 on the round as well, only losing 1. And man, G2 on a roll that took the half, 5-1.
They are certainly just playing top form right now. Secret just not finding enough weaknesses, really. You saw the one good round, the flawless round they had was the one time you really saw them actually in control. Seems like the rest of the time, G2 are really kind of setting the pace, setting the tone. Again, with that perimeter sort of mentality, you had Pengu kind of maintaining that a lot in the bar area, getting, I think it was 3 in there. Just, once they kind of set that area, just no one gets past it. They've just established by manpower, gunpower alone, you cannot cross this area. And it seems like Secret just can't ever really find a weakness in that outside of that one round when Leon was droning them, and then they took Leon off that drone and continued to lose. Maybe having him drone was the play. Either way, though, they switch sides now, so we won't get a chance to find out. Tactical timeout from Seeker as they try and figure out what they're doing wrong. So now it's time to talk about, okay, now we're on defense. We are pretty far behind in 5-1 right now. what can we do? We know how they're playing their defense, but we don't necessarily know how they'll play their attack. They might even go for an aggressive attack. Sometimes G2 will use early rounds to just see if they can get away with a rush, and that might be the case here. They're still cycling through ops. Feral cannot decide on one. He's been cycling through every op in the game right now. I think just kind of clicking away.
Yeah, you guys back home, you can't see what we're seeing because we have the dual monitor set up right now, but Feral went through about 8 operators there. It included a Clash, a Cav, an Ella. You know, we really went around the world there on the operators.
Yeah, he's holding on Vigil for a second there, but I don't know if he's going to 6-pick over to it from Pulse. There it is. So that's usually what you see is you see someone pick an op and then they switch off it real quick. That usually means they're going to 6-pick to it.
Yeah, we were also looking at the ops on the G2 side. Uno originally had Capitao selected, and that was my first pick for a 6-pick there. Uno really doesn't feel... I don't know, he doesn't play Capitao a lot, and it doesn't feel like he should be, I guess, hampered by a slow rate-of-fire weapon.
Yeah,
he likes those fast-paced engagements.
Absolutely, I agree. I think that's a much better choice to have something a little bit more aggressive.
Yeah.
Just an update on the other game going on the B stream. It's 4-2 right now. Rogue still up by 2 rounds, but we saw Cyclops get 2 on Bank. So that's going pretty good. It's now the side switch, so of course now Rogue on attack. Things could change up, but keep that multi-twitch going so you can get an idea how that's going while you watch this. Although this might be over a bit sooner than that match, the way things are going so far.
Rather surprisingly, I mean, Coast allows a lot of freedom for play on both sides of the game. The next 2 maps, Club and Kafe, will not.
Yeah. You never know, though. We could see some heavy roam on Club. Anyways, but Feral already taking down Fabian. That run out gets away with it. Fabian early to die again. He's had quite a few rounds like that, but it honestly hasn't impacted G2's ability to win.
Well, that opens up the Yokai drones for complete freedom for the rest of the round.
Yep.
That's what I'm saying, man. Feral used to be on the coaching staff for G2. He knows all these guys very well.
Yeah.
He probably remembers quite a few things from running stats on them and watching a lot of their VODs.
Yeah.
Not only public ones, so I'm sure Feral has a few strats in the back pocket. They haven't worked out so far. G2 have been overwhelming, but maybe all it takes is Feral to really get back on his crap again like he was against Rogue.
Yeah, well, this is a good start at least to the round, and like you said, now the Yokais are a bit more free to move, as well as the Vigil being tracked is a big deal. Uno, though, like you said, that high rate of fire, take it down Feral. Now it's trading that. Now they don't have to worry about the Vigil so much. So that's definitely one roamer down, and that will help a little bit. As they did bring the real roam control operators, but they did bring the aggressive Kanto on Ashe, and that's sometimes enough of roam control if he can get his way going.
Attackers have
Droning for
located a
himself
bomb.
too, probably.
See if they can spot out Fonkers. He's downstairs inside a CCTV right now, but Kanto turning his attention away towards the Hibana holes that have been opened up in the back billiards wall.
When is there not a Jaeger in Security?
Happens quite a lot these days. Second set of X-Towers will come out as Kanto narrowly spots the head of, I believe, a Lems rotating over inside of Hookah. He's gonna head downstairs, and no one's got eyes on Fonkers momentarily, so this could be a perfect flanking opportunity for one of the newest members of Team Secret.
Well, it's down to communication and timing whether or not they have the intel, but Leon actually the one to pick off that Ashe. So good start already, 2 for 1. This puts Team Secret in the lead. Uno, though, trading that back on Leon, takes that away, and that's one of their late round operators gone. They still have the Echo, but not great here as Leon is one of their better fraggers as well. Although that being said, Fonkers and Feral do quite a good job as well.
Looking at the silhouettes there, it looked like Fonkers had made his way to the top of theater stairs, and that Capitao bolt is going to drop onto the ground. Lems is able to dart away from that, though. He's not taking any damage. Now Fonkers has made it back to the top of Cool Vibe stairs. That second asphyxiating bolt will push him away momentarily and giving Goga the breathing room to push him, but Meepy will cut him down from inside of Hookah. Lems as well in the bearing onto Pengu. Now repelling in absolute desperation with a flashbang will be Uno, and cut to shreds now by Fonkers. Looked like Meepy might pick that one up with the shotgun, but Fonkers beats him to the gun. So Team Secret battling back. It's not map point. Could have been there for G2, but still a 5-2 deficit to overcome.
Definitely a similar vice versa style there from Secret in terms of the way they were countering G2 in a similar fashion of just kind of establishing the perimeter, but also a little bit of aggressiveness, for example, when they went and picked Kanto or Ketty, and then of course the run out that Feral did on Fabian. So just a little bit of controlled aggression early on really kind of set the tone for them that round. It was, again, a round where they got to play the way they wanted to play. I don't know if they'll get away with that a second time, but it was definitely a good way to start your defense, especially when you're down so many rounds. Maybe that tactical timeout helped as well to kind of get them in the right headspace. But Adoka be coming out here to try and control them a little bit better. IQ switching over to a different player. So they'll still have it, but
Defenders,
Fabian got to
protect
bring
your
those phone
bombs from
calls
being
instead.
defused by attackers.
Maybe he'll play a little bit farther back and hope to not get rushed. Goga and IQ, good choice as well. And they're going to keep Uno and Kanto on the same ops. Going to have Pengu on that buck this time, though.
Bomb located by attackers.
They know it's kitchen. I imagine they're just going to take from above here and then have Pengu open up a lot of the floor. Sometimes does struggle with that a little bit with that buck from above, but definitely not struggling with frags right now. 7-7-7, the lucky numbers there coming out from G2. But you've got Fonkers up there at 8. Actually already a little bit higher than any of the members of G2. So definitely some of the members of Secret fighting back, but it definitely doesn't reflect in the scoreline with that 2-5.
5 seconds
Maybe they'll get a chance to bring it back here on these defenses, and maybe we'll get much closer to a potential overtime. But I have a feeling the way G2 are playing, they might be able to get 2 more rounds before it gets to that. We might see them shut this map out, but this was their map pick, so not a big deal. Feral with a jump out the window, just in case he could get away with something again this round. Or at least he can turn on his cloak, peel off from that.
Last time around, it was a lot of runouts coming out, especially Feral, that early jump, but here comes Fonkers to take down Pengu, and again, the long angle run from VIP from Hall of Fame door onto the balcony. We saw a little bit of that yesterday involving some nitro cells from Team Secret. It's good to see they're still getting up in the game here, and Team Secret not afraid to take an engagement. We saw that yesterday against Rogue. That's been continuing on here. They're getting a little overwhelmed in the onset, but maybe it just took them a minute to wake up, and they're finally back in this.
Well, I mean, I think they're taking advantage of the early round when G2's kind of focused on their strategy. They're able to get an early pick and kind of set the tone for the round. It helps. It really helps you feel like you can play your game a little bit better if you can get an early pick like that. And it really throws off G2 because they don't really get much of a chance to start doing what they want to do. And then when they're down on manpower, that gives the ability for the roamers to roam a lot more freely because you have less people to be able to do that, or at the very least, burn up a lot more time because it requires a lot more rotations to be able to hunt the roamers and to be able to work towards objective. So those early picks definitely can make a huge difference on a round, and it did last round. Uno, though, can't catch his prey, but Fabian does catch Feral, getting revenge for last round. However, Fonkers with the second and third on Kanto. He is going off this round. Fabian almost dead as well. Goga gonna have to work together with him to try and keep him alive. The cameras are getting hacked at least, but not a ton of cameras to really work with other than defaults.
Skipping over the kill hole that was made there will be Fonkers led to safety inside of VIP. Goga was looking for him. Fabian trying to push through security, but Leon, yeah, all it takes is 1 there on 5 HP for Fabian, and he will fall. So Goga, last man standing in a 1v4. Might see another fake tactical timeout situation come out here as he spots Fonkers inside of Hall of Fame. He'll hit the headshot at pretty decent range on that with the 5.52. So, oh, hello, that's a nitro cell.
That's a good spot right there.
Almost blowing Goga sky high. Now hitting prone in behind the desk now will be Leon. Trying to work his way out, and doesn't look like Goga caught him rotating right underneath the kill hole. The hatch is wide open as well, so you're looking for peeks. There's 2 members for Team Secret in the lobby as Goga will drop in. Didn't spot either of them as one's rotated back. Leon to fall right outside the bathroom door, but it's the flank there from Alems inside a main lobby to shut down Goga. Team Secret put 2 in a row together. It's a 5-3 game. They're back in this.
Great clutch attempt by Goga, but again, the early kills are really throwing G2 off. They're not always on like the most important operator of the round, but it seems like it's really slowing down G2, and then Secret start to take advantage of their ability to play a bit more aggressive in that. And they're also doing a good job playing together. You're seeing them set up for trades and things like that, so G2 are never really getting the advantage out of that, but there is the real tactical timeout coming from G2. They want to shut this map down. They only need 2 rounds to do it, and the closer it gets to a potential overtime, the more pressure on them to close it out, because if it gets to that 6-6, then of course they've got to win 2 more rounds on top of that. So they do not want that situation. They need to get the lead now. They need to get it on map point earlier than later. See a lot of thinking going on. Shaz trying to help them figure out, okay, get in the right headspace for these early rounds. You guys need to watch for runouts, spawn peaks. Need to be working together as a team to at least trade those, because that's the thing, is no one's getting punished for those. And just go in a little bit more with teamwork to make sure that they're able to counter the teamwork that we're seeing come out from Team Secret.
See Shaw's not really getting out of control here. You know, he's very poised, very reserved.
Guy.
He's a very calm guy. He's a very nice guy too. I love talking to Shaz.
He's awesome.
He's so wonderful to just sit down and have a conversation with. I'll literally sit there and talk to you for 30, 45 minutes about one thing.
Yeah. Helby, on the other hand.
Hey, Helby's a fun guy too.
I'm just
Don't
kidding.
worry.
I do podcasts.
I know. Every time we play ranked together, I'm always carrying Helby. So maybe I'm the new secret coach. I'm just gonna take Helby's
Well, it's
spot.
because he's
He
not
can
wearing
come
the tights
cast.
while he plays.
True. Where are the leggings?
Gotta wear them.
Where are the leggings, Helby? You're right.
All right, Jackal 6-bit coming out here from Uno, so he's going to play an even more aggressive operator than the Hibana.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
Jumping right back into it after the G2 tack timeout. That's both tack timeouts used on Coastline. So
Yeah, they're pretty early, too. I feel like we didn't see those as much yesterday. Those tended to be used quite a bit later. But I think both teams really don't want to be bleeding for a while. They want to stop it ASAP.
wouldn't be shocked if that was the mentality. 4 smoke grenades on the side of G2. Fabian's still bringing the Dokkaebi, and man, Dokkaebi's gotten an uptick lately.
It's definitely the case where, like I said, a lot more aggressive roams happening on land, and you really need to do something to control it. Plus, the smoke certainly helps. And then the CZ, is a decent weapon if you're going to be in a lot of close quarters combat, like you will be when you're pushing aggressively. So it's a decent loadout. The DMR is a little bit problematic sometimes to use, but if you're ready for it. Goga, though, getting the early kill on the Feral. Finally, that attack timeout working, and they punish it without losing anything themselves. That's the reversal that G2 needed. And now that's one less roamer they have to hunt very early, but they still have the Jackal to be able to try and find Fonkers, who I imagine will be on the roam, possibly with Leon as well.
Well, Leon currently in behind the desk inside of main lobby, and just waiting to see if Goga would tear down the front door and go after him as well, just try and continue the rampage. But Goga onto a flex rolls. There's kind of no hard breacher needed on Coastline. We went through this yesterday. We've seen some Hibana, but the X-Kairos really only punched a couple holes into
Yeah,
the back.
I remember when Fabian said that, when we were first starting to bring oh, nice. Fonkers down as well. This round, 2 top fraggers already down. This is falling apart for Secret pretty quickly. But I was gonna say, Fabian was the one who said that on an interview one time. When the early days of not bringing a hard breacher is just you don't need a hard breacher for Coastline.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's helpful on Hookah just to open up angles, but it's not critical.
There goes an Echo drone as
Yeah,
well.
nice spot.
Just got his eyes peeled today. There goes an ADS. So a lot of utility here for the defensive side for Team Secret being sacrificed upstairs as they had to pull off. They lost the manpower. They couldn't hold top anymore.
Yeah.
They had to all peel back to site. The Jackal track from Uno will come out, and that's going to be onto a Lems. The Echo playing in behind the bar. Yeah, Uno's going to start ripping open the floorboards here.
Nice try, but unfortunately those pings have a little bit of lag to them in terms of positioning. But might as well take the shots just in case he didn't move.
This is a nice angle here from Kanto. I don't know if this was intentional, if he's just looking for any kill holes or someone playing close to the inside of Blue Bar, but typically you'd put that further back on top of the cubby, but Pangu was taking care of that, so Kanto has a nice long angle into the depths of Sunrise there.
Fabian, though, doing some droning instead of just phone calls right now. They are just trying to hunt down and control any potential roams still going on from Leon before they press the site, because in the meantime, Pangu is already opening up the ceiling above the site itself. Unfortunately, Goga, though, caught off guard trying to get the barbed wire from an unfortunate angle that works against him. He's going to be pretty easily finished off, but for the moment, they actually haven't killed him just yet. There we go. They're going to choke him out. Maybe actually takes punishment for moving. I think that might have been a failed grenade throw. I'm not sure.
Yeah, it landed just below. Maybe low HP, though, and trapped in the corner. Covering the diffuser, though, and smoking it off incessantly. Kanto now trying to push in through the toxic cloud, and pings coming out to a Lems at the base of Cool Vibe stairs, and Uno will cut him down as he tries to rotate back. Stuns come out on the wide swing. Bad timing there from Meepy. Now a 1v3 for Leon to work out of, and Kanto will shred him to pieces. Beautiful teamwork there for G2. Things started getting out of hand for them. They started losing control, but they brought it right back.
Yeah.
Composure for the 2-time world champions.
That tactical timeout really worked for both teams. You saw them both get rounds after that as well. It's that was a much better round. I mean, the first off, the kill on the Feral right off the bat, that was the way to start the round, just the opposite of the way the Secret were starting it. I mean, I don't know if they can follow that up this round, but now they're on match point, and the pressure is on Secret to try and stave that off.
So it looks like we're going to go back to hookah and billiards. It's going to be smooth sailing all the way to the end here, considering there's no more tack timeouts. So even if we require overtime and 15 rounds in this map, we aren't going to have any stoppages. So the way the ball is rolling right now is the way it's going to continue to roll for the rest of the map.
Don't jinx us, we'll get audio issues again.
You're right. Can't account for tech issues.
Right. Fortunately, we had a lot of them yesterday. Hopefully it won't be the same case today.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe they're just B-string problems, because you said it was the one booth probably. So
It was the same booth every time, yes.
Taro kicks this problem today.
Yep, have fun, boys. So back up to hookah and billiards, the site that Secret was victorious on earlier on, but same as G2.
Yeah. Wow. Goga and Kanto, double digits each. Like, you expect Kanto there, but Goga up there as well, looking pretty good. It's actually Uno who I think is struggling a bit more.
I think that's just the nature of G2's current setup for roles right now. Uno is almost like a third entry the way Goga's playing.
He needs to step it up, though. He was one of my picks for the fantasy team today, so he needs to put it together. Come on, Uno.
Is that how that works?
That's how that works, right? You know, we have the script for the match, and I remember him in the script winning at the end, but I don't know, he's not playing his part.
It's tough, man. Sometimes, you know, these actors, they go off script. What are you going to do?
Improvisers. Gotta stop picking people from Second City and Groundlings.
So the defense here for Team Secret to keep themselves alive here on map number 1. It's going to be a bit of an uphill battle, like we've been saying the whole time. It was a 5-1 lead for G2, now turned into a 6-3 lead. So a good attempt here for Team Secret to bring it back. Kanto going for the upside-down rappel outside of the service door, just trying to catch anyone on rotations through kitchen. Not sure if anyone on Team Secret, it doesn't look like it right now, has gone for a horizontal flex over towards the east side. It looks like everyone's staying over towards, like, maybe Sunrise and Blue Bar for the most part.
I think they want to play it a little bit closer together because that did work a bit better for them. Last round they got picked off pretty easily individually, but now they're still spread out a bit on the top floor.
Yeah, that early 5-3 or 5v3 deficit really became so evident at how the separation for Secret was pretty detrimental to them. They had no one even remotely in range to go for a trade. And some of those kills came from Narnia.
Good old Narnia.
Good old Narnia.
The Lion and the Witch. Definite operators in this. You got the Lion, but not the Witch yet.
Hey, Kanto on the roof of the building, Narnia, same difference, right?
Yeah. Well, Farrell definitely switched things up, though. He finally didn't go for the Vigil. That's how you knew he wasn't going to play as crazy this time. Going for the Legion's Head,
Okay, he's screaming for Pengu to get his butt over here right now. He's got a guy on drone. It's a Lems, the Echo as well, on cams right now. On Cool Vibe stairs, right below the drone hole. Pengu's coming up.
You need that nade.
Still on him. He got off cams or walked away or something. He's still on cams on the stairs.
Attackers have dropped the
I think they're worried about an ADS. They're trying to figure out what they can do to burn
Still
it.
worth it just in case, you know? Worth one grenade for the chance to get a kill.
Fabian suddenly has made it all the way into sight. Now he's doing battle with the Yokai drone. That's one of Alem's Yokai drones gone. Meepy taking a little bit of damage as well. Big thing here is Fabian. Oh, he gets swung on by Leon, but he wins it out. The smoke, the first to die here for Team Secret. Not a good start for the team on a match point against them.
Well, ADS is burned down sight. Smokes can start to come out from Fabian or Uno, but Pengu doesn't need them. Gonna go for those kills, but now they're getting run out on and punishing it. Unfortunate there. Alem's at least trading one onto Uno, and there we go. Fabian finishing off Alem's, and now just Fonkers left to try and flank from behind.
Turns the corner on the pool table, but Kanto will put him 6 feet under, and G2 Esports, the reigning world champions and reigning summer major champions at Paris in 2018, they're looking to take it in stride all the way to the grand finals here in Raleigh. They take map number 1 on Coastline 7-3 over Team Secret. What a strong performance for G2. Again, a team that maybe some people were underestimating considering, again, their online play.
Yeah.
Granted, I will say this, while Secret looked good yesterday against Rogue, and they looked okay here on map number 1, they didn't look bad per se. It looked like G2 was just really outpacing them in a lot of ways. For right now, I think it's G2 really on unreal heater right now. I don't think there's much slowing down this team.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, this was G2's map pick, though. This is G2 prepared for this. It's just going to be a case of, like, is Clubhouse going to be a big surprise or not? Because Clubhouse, as I said, wasn't played by G2 during the season, so it's kind of a wild card. So them picking Clubhouse might be the gamble that they needed, or might be an even bigger risk because they don't necessarily know how G2 are going to play it. So we'll see.
Pengu inside of the Pengu was really one of the star performers there for G2 in that map. And for Team Secret there, they don't look like they were getting overwhelmed.
Alright. Just so many good angles being played.
Alright, so ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take a quick break here at the end of the replays, and we'll be right on the other side with Clubhouse, map number 2 between Secret and G2. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the A stream here for day 2 of groups, the Raleigh Major. We're midway through a series between G2 and Team Secret right now, with G2 taking the first map of Coastline 7-3. We're waiting to move on to Clubhouse, which will be map number 2, but for that one there, it looks like Team Secret just getting outmatched by a G2 that looks like they might be poised to repeat.
I gotta wonder how it's gonna go in Clubhouse, because Secret were trying to play the way they wanted to play. They're trying to play aggressive. They're trying to get things going. It looked like it was starting to work on defense, but because it really got countered over time, that's gotta really dampen your morale in the confidence you have going into map number 2, because they built a lot of confidence playing really well against Rogue yesterday. And so, I don't know, I feel like that's really gonna hurt map number 2 for them mentality-wise, because G2, they reset every map anyways. Like, they're just like, okay, new map, new plays. Like, I don't think they have that problem, whereas I think Secret could be a little bit more emotional than G2 gets in that sense. So we'll see if Secret can manage to reset themselves, though, and this will be their map pick, Clubhouse. So it's definitely going to be an interesting one, especially the op bans. They really seem to matter quite a bit on Clubhouse, especially on attack. Relaxing. Good morning. I'm in such a great mood.
Good morning.
I like how we're showing tweets from pro players who aren't even here.
Yep, and fans. Yesterday, Jenna made it onto the ticker.
Just picking whoever they want. Make sure to check out both streams for action. Yeah. So we just an update for those who are not watching the B stream. They actually ended on the same scoreline as we did, just slightly sooner, with a 7-3 for Rogue on map number 1, Bank. And they are already, I believe, underway for map number 2. Which I believe
they're also on club.
Figures. Well, we are starting.
Speaking of getting started, is
right
G2 up 1-0 right now on Clubhouse, or sorry, heading into Clubhouse?
Yeah, they are. Clubhouse.
You don't get gifted a free round.
No, it's a free map, right?
It's Team Secret. It's G2. Secret, the way it looks right now, is looking to line up a date with Rogue for a rematch in the decider match inside of Group B. These are obviously both Group B games on both the streams right now, so we've kind of changed up the order. The way we did it for SI was A, B, C, D for each stream. This time around, we've split it up a little bit, so it's not all winners matches and all losers matches on one stream.
Yeah. Well, there goes the Mav ban. Capitao ban, not unusual at all. But a lot of that is definitely for the rafters, the minibar. Quite a few areas where Capitao is really strong. Maverick ban, not unusual as well, but that means Habana and Thermite and Thatcher all still available. So walls are going to come crumbling down, but it means Kaid could be still pretty useful, unless the Thatcher is there to counter him. Echo going down, and then, oh, Mozzie. That's an unusual ban here. We don't see Mozzie bans very often, that's for sure.
I'm sure Mozzie bans will start coming around just because of how versatile and how useful Mozzie is. I think people really underestimated the Burnt Horizon operators coming into Pro League and having such an effect, especially with Gridlock. A lot of people were saying, you can't use a 3-armor attacker. Look at Fuse. He's useless. Well, Gridlock has certainly changed the way we play a lot of the games, and even with a Nomad ban, you still have Gridlock available for flank denial. So
I don't think the next set of operators is going to have that same effect.
Warden and Knock?
Yeah, I don't think they're going to be as played, but you never know. We'll see.
We'll find out after the major, because they'll be allowed.
Absolutely.
At least for the second split of Season 10 of Pro League. I don't think for DreamHack Montreal they'll be allowed.
No, they won't be. I know.
We usually don't allow the new ops in the minor before the split picks back up.
Yeah. Well, they're going to be starting in Cache. They are going to bring the Kaed. Even though it's not necessarily for hatches, it'll be useful for if you want to trick the wall from a distance, even though they have a bandit. Could actually even be used for here. Though they're setting that up for impact tricking.
We're getting a lot of wall denial here, though. Mute Bandit and Cade all being utilized to try and stop the walls from being opened up. And with a Maverick band, that makes things a lot easier for any one of those to try and trick a wall.
Yeah.
So you try and Bandit trick it or Cade trick it.
Obviously, they're bringing Thatcher, though.
Thatcher will be nice. Also, you have the impacts and stuns coming from Fonkers as well. So there are countermeasures you can be taking for Team Secret, but losing the Maverick, obviously a very powerful operator on Clubhouse for all the walls you can get for nearly free.
Yeah, and with the Capitao ban that G2 made, they're obviously going to be playing that Rafters, and you saw someone that was up there already. That's the important part. That's if Secret even wants to bother with the garage, though. They might not. Oh, looking for free feet.
Yeah, we saw a lot of this yesterday coming out from Rogue especially.
Yeah, Easily really was trying this. He actually got some good damage off from it, but didn't finish it. It was actually Meepy, ironically, who was the one who took that damage.
Maybe trying to deal G2 a little bit of the medicine he was dealt yesterday early on in the first game. So here for Team Secret, your back is against the wall and you're starting on the not so favorable side on Clubhouse. Obviously, eventually you will get to defend.
Yeah, it was G2's pick because this was Team Secret's map pick. Yep. It's funny that G2 plays defense starting 2 times in a row. I'm not sure if we'll see a map 3 to see whether or not that continues, but...
Well, how strong G2's defenses were on Coast. Understandable why they wanted to go defense first on a map that notoriously, at least in the past, was heavily attacker-sided, and I think still leans that way ever so slightly.
Looking at some of the stats from yesterday, just to kind of give you some kind of a check on that. The percentage wins for Cash, 63.64%. For defense.
For defense,
yeah. No surprise there. That was the most defender-sided. Actually, though, Gym Bedroom pretty attacker-sided, 66%. And then a bit more balanced for Church at 53% attacks. So really, this is the best defense map so far in this event.
So Kanto from up above inside of the rafters is going to wall bang and take down Fonkers and Lounge, but Pengu has been downed. He's bleeding out and attempting to crawl back to a teammate for a revive. Fabian staying pressed inside the cash door, not trying to swing out as the wall has been opened up out on the CCTV balcony. Lem's burning out the ADS. Not sure if they're trying to throw a throwable in to clean up Pengu, but it won't matter now. He's been revived, and he's going to go back to bandit tricking construction walls now.
I love that. Gets right back to work. Get back up. You got work to do, soldier.
No rest for teams that want to be on top. And for Pengu here, he's gone between hell and back in this round alone. And he wasn't able to successfully bandit trick the CC wall, but at the same time, he's made his way back over to the construction wall. They don't have it opened up for impact tricking, so this will be the only option they have. Goga will take down Leon as well, so an early 2-man advantage here with only 30 seconds left for G2.
That's the Thatcher down as well as a support pick, but Lems trades back on the Goga to punish him for it. However, Uno is the next to fall. It's actually evened out now. Pengu's still on his low health, but that's matched with Feral's.
Nitrocell will just glance off of a Lems and dropping to about 80 HP, but 14 seconds left, and Team Secret are gonna have to burl into the objective. Pengu holding the window, waiting for the vault. Lems carrying the diffuser, trying to push in from construction. They don't have the wall open, and Feral will be next to drop. They all vault in, and they all fall down. G2 with a clean sweep at the end there, 3 in a row in 3 seconds, and G2 once again start their winning ways on the defense, this time on Clubhouse.
I like the way that G2 played that, and since they lost 2 players, so they just turtled up. Played time because there wasn't a ton left despite some good picks by Secret. Just held angles at that point. You saw even the pre-fires on the door. Yes, they didn't land the kill, but they stopped them from pushing in. That was the important part. Interesting they're going to go to Gym Bedroom. As I just said, statistically, the worst defense like bomb site on this map so far this event. But I don't know. Maybe that doesn't count for G2 because I don't think they necessarily played this map against Cyclops. So Fabian gets a 6th pick off that Maestro that is available this time around. But to a castle, of course, that makes sense for Gym. Although we did see some Gym defenses without it, but maybe that's why their defense wins were so low. Bucket to come out Feral. There would have been a better sledge pick, but I think they were anticipating Church.
Yeah, definitely. You see the Maestro coming out and you don't see the castle on the board. You're immediately thinking, especially because, like you said, Gym Bedroom, not the strongest versus Church Arsenal, at least statistically. You know, you're thinking, yeah, they're going downstairs. Let's get
it was a case where a 6th pick worked. You have to bait them into the wrong 6th pick. We don't always see it work as a bait, but it did this time.
Happens every now and again where teams either get lucky or get extremely unlucky, like we saw yesterday with 3 rounds in a row or 4 rounds in a row of the Echo and IQ 6 picks on either side.
That was great.
Turning out very poorly for the defensive side.
Yeah, it happens. But that's why I love the little mind games that are enabled by some of those changes that were made over time. The whole reveal phase and all that.
That was in the space station game yesterday.
Yeah, that was a good one.
That was a very good game if you haven't gone back and watched it.
We're playing next on the stream, I believe. That'll be the one match we're not casting on, eh?
They are. So that'll be John and Sam, Blue and Stokes taking care of you for the EG versus SSG game right after this.
Enjoy it.
Enjoy it, yeah. We get to go down and eat some food and chill on the couches and lounge out for a bit.
Because that's the only break we'll get.
Yep. Welcome to group stages.
Oh, yeah. All right, well, they are working on getting this wall open here. Thatcher doing his job as well. Now, of course, this wall is not as important, but oh, there we go. Trying to trick it with the Cade, not working out for Uno.
I think he had the timing right. I think Leon used a second EMP.
I think that's what it was too. I think he just EMP'd it.
Yeah.
It's important to practice the timing on that to deal with Cade, because if you do it wrong, of course, you lose your exothermic charge, and he can just pull his electric claw back off. If you do it right, you know, you can deny any kind of tricking, but timing is essential. You have to practice that. There we go, nice down. So that Buck 6 pick not working out after all. Good smoke to deny the second entry potential, but Alems takes down Fabian in the meantime, and that's Castle. Not a big pick. I'd say the Buck pick much more important.
The aggression into Cash so far not really paying off, but now Kanto's alone. He's got Uno supporting from construction, now popping open holes in the wall to look at the rotate from the top of Cash stairs. Kanto supporting, and Goga on 1 HP after that engagement with Feral. Might even go for a reset to get him back up to 20 at the very least, because they don't have a dock, and reset's not the most popular thing anymore, but they can still be beneficial in a situation like this. Really want to keep that smoke alive, and now Kanto in between a rock and a hard place here. He's going to be collapsed upon by Alems, finally cleaning that one up with the bearing 9. Everyone going to have to start turtling up inside of the objective now, trying to bounce their way back. And Uno trying to fashion himself a rotate downstairs, and he doesn't have the nitro cell on Cade. He's got the impact grenade, so even playing from below won't help him a whole lot. But the impacts, if he can double impact, he's only got one. Maybe impact and shoot through. He might be able to stop a plant going down.
Yeah, he might be planning to impact that castle barricade to jump out. Oh, there goes Uno. Goga dropped as well, it looked like, or at very low health. It's up to Pangu now to win this.
Pangu playing right up against the gym window, waiting for someone to peek. The right side will be the first angle. Fonkers to go down. It's spraying in towards construction, but just over the head of the attacker pressing through. Meepy gets the kill from outside. Goga downs one, but through the wall. Alems will be the saving grace, and that'll be Secret. Even in a surprise round where they were expecting to be attacking the basement, G2 sacrifice one on a a gym bedroom attempt surprise pick, and it doesn't work out for them.
Well, gonna stay statistically the worst bomb site, outside of bar. Definitely helps to go to the better bomb sites. Church, it's going to be now. But after they win Church, they can go back to CCTV if that ends up being the case. So I guess that gym one, not the worst there. It kind of lets them switch around a little bit. But I think it's going to be pretty clear they're going to go for that now. I don't think Secret going to be confused about what the bomb site will be next. Uno going to sneak in that pulse, though. Just teasing the castle to make them think he's going to go. They're going to try gym again, but not a good idea, I don't think.
The mind game so far from G2, seemingly less impressive than just their teamwork and their play on the field. It's not really the reveal phase and the mind games that are helping them win. It was really just coordination and teamwork on Coastline that was really the impressive factor to see from G2. That's always the standout point for them, is their teamwork and their flexibility. It's incredible to watch. Versus Secret right now, who were displaying a lot of that yesterday against Rogue.
Yeah.
Today, they seem a lot more individual. It seems like everyone's trying to make their own play right now.
Well, Lems was definitely the playmaker last round. You can see that with his 4.
But it's taking those individual efforts for Team Secret just to stay in it versus G2, who are still very even across the board. And obviously you saw Goga getting in with over 10 kills on Coastline. That's the kind of fluidity that G2 have. Anyone could be an impact performer.
They set each other up.
So hopefully Team Secret can get back to their winning ways from yesterday, especially with the exemplary play that they displayed yesterday against Rogue.
Yeah.
That was such a fascinating and incredible game to watch from Team Secret. And like I said, I think maybe people were doubting them coming in because they got relegated. That was kind of the freshest memory in their mind. Not everybody watched the Allied Minor. They knew they won it, but they didn't really watch the games. And there were a lot of upsets there. Dark Zero going 0-3 and being knocked out early on at Allied as well was a shock. So, there's a lot of storylines to be taken from the minors, but I think the freshest memory in everyone's mind was Team Secret doing quite poorly in Season 9 and then getting relegated. I think there were a lot of low expectations for them coming in.
Well, unfortunately, those may continue with the way they're playing against G2 so far, but it's still just 1-1 on this map. This is their map pick. They could do a bit better and take us to map 3, which would be Kafe, but still got to get there. I have a feeling G2 are not going to make that easy. They, maybe made a little bit of a goof going with Jim, but they've corrected that now, and they're going to be Church. So this round should go a bit better for them. They are playing a bit more Turtle, but they also have the Pulse to be able to get some idea where the attack is coming from. Oh, that's a good start there. Nice job by, I'm assuming that was Uno's C4, as he is now C4-less. Unfortunately couldn't finish the job, but it might bait someone else in. Oh, it goes for the kill attempt. Somehow just shooting his ear at best. It is good bait, at least.
Oh, he's got another one reviving him on top of the hatch. And he's going to look skyward. He's going to drop a Lems down to about 30 and have to peel back. Fonkers has been downed as well. Farrell on 20 HP. No one from Team Secret getting close to the objective, and yet G2 picking them apart one by one. Farrell will finally be dropped to the floorboards by Goga. Fonker's going to have to pick himself up with the revive.
That's so much damage for them not even being on site yet.
Yeah,
just through walls.
Still a minute left. They haven't really opened up a lot of hatches. They've opened up a lot of floorboards, but it looks like G2 not fearing an engagement through those metal bars. Goga going off right now inside a deep arsenal. It's 2 for him up into kitchen floor.
This is actually backfiring on them pretty heavily, the things that they're opening up in the floor. Kanto setting up the top of that there.
Yeah, it's looking like he's waiting for an impact trick to come over. He doesn't have the impacts himself, but Pengu or Goga could come over with them in the back pocket and at any time.
Just in case, might as well set that up. He's got nothing else to do right now. Maybe, though, trying to get sneaky. Still has 1 extra thermocharge and all 3 of his stuns. He's going to try and see if he can do any damage to blue, but it's not going to happen. Uno, though, also risking an almost death right there against Leon.
Leon out. There's only 20 seconds left, and Goga spraying wildly. The smoke will choke out Fonkers, who's on 5 HP after the self-revive. Fabian's still walking down blue with that split push, got pushed apart, and now Leon's got all the way over to Oil Pit. Takes down Fabian. The immediate trade from Uno now pressing in. Goga with 3 on the round of the Cade Og. And that's G2 back on top on this one. A beautiful defense from down below, and again, proficiency in the ability to fire up through the floorboards and win those engagements for G2. I'm sure a shock factor for Team Secret to have to deal with.
You got to have a lot of confidence to take those fights, though. You got to be pretty confident in your aim and your ability to kind of get a good sense of their positioning. Also, that early down onto the buck from the C4 certainly helped start things off because it baited a lot of the players into the room to try and pick them up and cover. So much damage was done before they even got towards the site, really softened them up. But that was definitely much better than their gym defense. So CCTV cash, they can go again. No surprise they're going to take advantage of that. But if they win, they got to try gym again. Or bar if they really want to get kooky.
Bar stock is not a bad site. People just
It's
don't
just
play.
the worst site on the map.
I would take bar over a gym, personally.
I would, just because I've seen gym be winnable and I've never seen bar be winnable in this current setup.
Bomb located by attackers.
That's the difference. I have. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
In what? Go fours?
Nah, there's like one good way to set up gym,
Yeah.
and it can get picked apart, but it's a good surprise pick. It's definitely not like a primary. It's never going to replace our season.
No, but you can still, I mean, if you still got the good gun skill and stuff, you can make up for some slight deficiencies in strat. I don't think you're going to get the same on bar. You need so many ACOGs to be able to play it. You have to watch too many angles, too many ways to approach. They still have the ability to open up the ceiling on you, whereas they don't necessarily on gym. It's just...
You can lock down quite a bit, and there's a few sneaky angles. Like on the top of main stairs, you can shoot open the top of the bar wall to look all the way.
Oh, I'm not doubting there's some good tricks that work fantastic in ranked. I'm just saying at this level of play, no one's figured out a really good bar defense yet. I'm not
waiting
saying
to
someone
see it.
can't. I hope that someday we see someone figure that out, and then it's like, wow, why weren't we doing this before? I'm all with you on that. I would love to see that.
That's the thing, man. It doesn't happen until it does. Right?
Teach us, Flynn.
Teach us.
Put out a video on YouTube so we can all learn. We're just ignorant fools.
That'd be some good money right there.
There you go.
Trying to give away the strats, though.
All the
Trying to
views.
win.
Yeah.
Jumping into the round, though, we're still getting some drones coming up from Secret as they look to attack. And it looks like they're more focused on a master and construction side push for the most part instead of trying to get to this CCTV wall open, at least off rip. Sounds like some more X-Cows are coming out on the construction wall. Pengu still bandit tricking with the Cade as well, but this construction wall opened up. This is an avenue the Secret had not fashioned for themselves last time they attacked this. And it was a big difference maker. Everyone had to pile in through the construction door to cash. It was a logjam. Easy for the rest of G2 to lock down.
Yeah, I love how they knew Pengu was distracted with the other walls, so they took full advantage of that. They didn't completely open it up the way they want. There's a little bit of mishaps there, but Pengu is on top of the bandit tricking here, and that's Thermite lost. No, why didn't you get put it on the wrong wall? Goga and Kanto with a kill each, though. And so far, not too bad for G2 as they've only lost Fabian, and that never mattered on Coastline.
Well, Pengu sees the shadow, not sure where it's coming from, but finally identifies that it's the upside-down repel from Meepy. In the midst of all the chaos of the walls exploding, it's G2 actually in a one-man advantage, taking down Olems and Farrell that were both pushing over from Master across into construction. They're both felled, so that leaves Secret scrambling here for an avenue to try and push into the objective, and looks like they've identified CCTV wall as their primary target. Fonker's still down below in lounge trying to play these kill holes. He's got one impact left. He's going to send that up again into the CC floor. Not sure where it hit. Still 2 stuns for the push, but 45 seconds left, and Pengu not backing down from this angle. He's going to tag up Meepy once in the leg, go for the swing star. That's Leon to fall. Now down to a 4v2. You got Fonker's downstairs inside of lounge, and Meepy now jumping into construction, trying to push through the breach hole that was made. Nobody watching this, but Fonker's will be cut down as he tries to walk up the cash stairs. A free one there for Meepy as Uno rotates into his immediate death. Pengu playing ring around the rosy, but he'll isolate off Meepy, and that's G2 again with another one on their board. They're going to have to go back to gym, or maybe some bar strats here early on.
Yeah.
But 2 consecutive defensive rounds in a row. I like the strategy there from Team Secret, though. I like what you said, the distraction.
Yeah. It seemed to work good because you saw a lot of G2 scrambling around to defend too many different angles at once. They weren't necessarily as prepared for that, and also Pengu failing to stop the wall from getting opened after that because he was still a little distracted with the other side.
Yeah.
Just playing that back and forth game absolutely worked for a while, and they got pretty close to being able to win that, but just unfortunately the gun skill and game sense of G2 coming out there and just winning a lot more of those gunfights put them in the end, and they had the man advantage early, which helped. See how they do on this gym bedroom defense. So this might be where they're able to get another round on attack if this doesn't go a little bit better. But at least they've seen how Secret attack it. They can make some adjustments to that. But Secret also know what the bomb site's going to be this time, so they can also make their own adjustments. But surprisingly, they don't go for the sledge. They still go for the buck. And the reason I say to take the sledge is you can take care of those castle barricades basically for free. Something we see Karjeka, for example, doing on Empire. Bringing that sledge, very handy to do that.
Yeah, the buck on this site will be kind of helpful, at least at opening up like
last
matches. And if you could, I don't know how you'd even be safe doing it, but if you could get underneath, that would be fine. You could also, like, you can play underneath with the buck for a stock push when you're pushing over to the cache side and clear out the far side hold. That can be really disruptive to someone like Tanto trying to play inside a cache. But outside of that, it's kind of for the frag grenades in the C8.
Yeah, I'd say I like the way Empire plays it better with the Jackal and the sledge. Even if you don't have the sledge able to do the hatch, you have the Jackal able to open it, but the sledge is going to take care of the castle barricades. You have the Jackal to be able to come in from the cache side, track anyone that might be playing there to be able to clear it out faster. I don't know, I feel like this is Empire's like best map, so I feel like using their strats is a good way to go. And the way they play it is very efficient. However, we're going to have Fonkers actually sneaking in down below. Going for a quick clear with the drone ahead of him. Just got to make sure they can clear this here. But it looks like there's a roamer all the way downstairs. Looks like it might be Uno. It's amazing how you get used to seeing the silhouettes, even that tiny and that small, kind of recognizing who they are.
You got to do it a lot, man. You got to be looking through all the walls and all the silhouettes.
Brains are impressive sometimes.
That is the only time anyone will ever say our brains are impressive. There's a reason we cast.
A bomb has been located.
Fonker's playing downstairs, holding fronty flanks down below, and it seems like Secret are ready for the flanks to be happening and the extended roam coming out. Fabian's still playing the top of cache stairs, and now Uno's got a Nitro Cell prep. There's no one in the same even state as that Nitro Cell, but hey.
Just setting up a breeze for Kanto. Oh, the wall getting open just in time as he's reinforcing it. He gets away with it. Oh, maybe not. Fonkers gets the kill. Oh, the Lem's following up, and Leon onto Kanto.
Oh no, it's an onslaught here coming from Team Secret. Leon with another one onto Pengu. A 1v5 for Goga, the Spaniard clutch master. Can he clutch once again? This one seems a little insurmountable. The plant's going down from Meepy, locked inside of logistics. He's an animal trapped in a cage here, and they all descend upon him. A flawless round for Team Secret. Their second round of the game, attacking onto gym and bedroom. The only downside for Team Secret here is that opens up the basement defense for G2 to head back to.
Yep.
Last time around, it worked out pretty swimmingly for the reigning world champions. So we're gonna see if Secret can maybe adapt.
Yeah, I mean, I gotta say, maybe Bar would have been better at that point. That was just decimated. Once the angles started getting opened up, it just seemed like G2 didn't know how to win any of those fights, didn't play some safe positioning and play time at all. They took too many fights, they just weren't winning. That was not the play. I mean, I like what they're trying to do, but I mean, even reinforcing the bathroom wall as the jacuzzi wall is getting opened up, that was just too chaotic for them. Church, however, should go much better. See, though, as you said, if Secret can figure out how to attack this. I don't think G2 are going to be sweating too much over losing Jim, though.
Attackers
They're still
need
in a
to
good
locate
position.
and defuse bombs.
It's 3-2. They can easily make this 4-2. Going in a split. With how strong defense is on Clubhouse, they kind of need to. And this is Team Secret's map pick. So you got to imagine they feel like they have a lot in store for their defense as well. I'm interested to see where Fabian's going to put up the deployable shield. Is he going to go for the usual kind of arsenal play over by the shelf unit to be able to watch? Yeah, thank you, Marcy. He's always on top of it. That's what I'm talking about.
Love you, Marcy.
Yeah, absolutely. Glad to have you spectating. But yeah, that's where they'll put it a lot of times. But no, Fabian actually putting it to face the wall, expecting that to get opened. He's got a...
Marcio calls me a noob every time in chat. Every time he spectates my game.
You ain't wrong.
You're right, you're right.
Oh, they did reinforce the wall right there, thankfully. It always tilts Milosh when that's open. It cracks me up.
Hey, there's good ways to play it open.
No, I'm not saying there aren't. That's why it just cracks me
Yeah.
up when it's...
Sounds always getting tilted by it.
It's fun.
It is fun. Speaking of fun, G2 having a lot of fun right now. They're already controlled the series up 1-0 after winning Coastline 7-3. We now roll into the end of the first half here after the conclusion of this round of Clubhouse map number 2. Should we need it, Kafe will be the decider, which will play probably a lot like Clubhouse, considering the defensive favor on that one. So we'll have to see if Secret can push this to 3 here. They did push it to 3 yesterday against Rogue. Evil Eye being spotted here by Leon. He wants to EMP it and shoot that open. It is facing a little up and now. Oh, that is some sly timing there for Fabian. He's going to send that look into the ground to make sure he can save that. It's one EMP wasted. A frag grenade comes down. I think that got the Evil Eye, actually. Fabian's going to take some damage trying to peek up the hatch at Alems.
Evil Eye gone. Thank you, Marcio, again.
Thank you, Marcio. Love you. So everyone for G2 trapped on site right now, and the shots coming up to the floor, not as successful as last time. Looks like Goga hasn't been able to hit those shots. That nitro cell down hasn't come out. It sounds like the thermite charges are going off without impediment here on the bar hatch.
I like that drone spot too. He's able to rotate around, see quite a bit, and move where he wants. A lot of attempts to stop this hatch, not working. This probably won't go the same way as last time when they were able to get a lot of shots up from below, but there's still confidence in it. You see Pengu just hoping someone peeks him. Flashbangs, unfortunately, don't do a lot to stop that. Holes getting opened up left and right here. You hear one from the Ash as well, from Bonkers. They're going to get aggressive here soon, I imagine, so that they're not down to the last minute, or down to the last second, really, because they are down to the last minute now. But it's not coming just yet. They're hoping that some softening up will expose at least one member of G2, but G2 is, again, they're just playing those holes against Team Secret as best they can, so it's a strength rather than a weakness.
Shots coming in towards Uno. The drone is on, and this could be a ping and a death through the wall here for Uno, and they can lose control of Blue rather quickly. Uno's down to about 20 HP, but the rush through Blue stopped dead in its tracks by Fabian. Leon next up.
I saw him back off. He's like, maybe not.
There goes Uno through the wall. Meepy with a good spot there onto the kill holes. Evading the flashbang, hitting the deck now is Fabian, but Alems will tack on. Team Secret overloading in towards Church. Pengu, Kanta with 2 each, and now Meepy will take down Kanta before Fabian will drop Fonkers. Down to a 1v2 for Meepy. Playing at the base of main stairs, pushing into Church now, turning the corner, and Pengu backs off. The timing, he's gonna bait him into the middle of the hallway, but he doesn't even need the support from Fabian. Pengu will shut it down. G2 survive the overload on Church door, and they'll take the half 4-2 pretty standardly.
Yeah, it's no surprise they were able to win that Church. And it's already a good defensive bomb site. Put it in the hands of G2. No surprise they're going to win it. But the question is, really, can Secret win Gym? If they can, they might be able to bring this back a bit. If they can't, it could go maybe more to an overtime type scenario, because G2 consistently won their good bomb sites. They only lost Gym. So need to see the same thing from Secret to be able to match this or better. Definitely possible, though. We'll see a pretty standard lineup, pretty similar one coming out from G2 as it works pretty well, but Secret kind of mixing things up a little bit. We're going to go with the Alibi for a second there, but nope. Going to go to the Maestro, and they are going to start on Cash, just like we saw from G2.
The real question will be what the secondary and tertiary sites will be for Secret, at least in what order, because like we said, and talked about it nauseum, honestly.
Yeah.
Bar's not getting played. So what order will it be? Because it was Gym as the secondary, Church as the tertiary for the first cycle for G2, and then they reversed that. No, they kept it the same. They just had to go back and forth.
Yeah, because the way the order worked, yeah.
Yeah. Team Secret here, though, you're down 4-2, but understandable. You were on the attacking side on Clubhouse. The big draw here is that G2 have already won pretty decisively on one map, so they've got that air of confidence around them.
Absolutely.
For Team Secret here, this is an opportunity to shock a lot of people and make it out of Group B as the #1 seed going 2-0. It's a tough mountain to climb right now, as all G2 need are 3 rounds to be the #1 seed and guaranteed a quarterfinal spot on Tuesday. They can take a break all the way until Friday. The next game won't be for another couple days.
I mean, knowing G2 in LAN events, that's not a surprise at all. Oh, that's the diffuser down as well. Goga already dropped. What a great initial pick from Lems. Trying to channel the same defensive spirit they had on Coastline, except this time it's Lems, who is the top fragger at the moment for Secret, instead of Feral. Nicely done. Oh man, the Clubhouse match is going very differently for Rogue on the other map. I'm not going to spoil the score, but they're doing quite well against Cyclops, who fell to G2 yesterday.
So that is also an elimination match here on the Tuesday for group stage. Obviously, we start sending teams home. It's an unfortunate fact that we have. We're going to send 4 teams home today and 4 teams home tomorrow.
Yep.
We dwindle our way down from 16 to 8 teams to be left in the quarterfinal bracket, and from there it's single elimination. You don't get a second shot at it. You're toast if you lose from here on out.
It's gotta happen, sadly. Well, they are taking top floor control here to be able to work their way over towards the cache side. Looks like they might want to go for a construction push, same as we kind of saw a bit from Secret that second time. Didn't end up working out, but it did get pretty close. This time they've lost their thermite early, so it's got to be the Habana that's got to open things up. A little less flexibility, obviously. That's part. Oh, nicely done, Bandit tricking that. And there go the other X-Kairos. Fortunately, did not work out for Pengu. So, good plays here by Secret, denying this, as this is their main way in, since they do not have the thermite for the server wall. It's looking pretty good for Secret to hold this off, and actually they might be able to defend this pretty well against G2. Put them on the same kind of footing as G2. Nice grenade attempt over. That is going to at least allow the wall to get somewhat open. Good play by Uno, and Fabian following it up, and then Uno's drop actually leading to a kill on Fonkers. Unfortunately, all the sound kind of going out due to the explosions there. Hopefully it won't stay like, there we go, back to normal.
That's always super annoying, and a lot of people have railed on that. And Leon going for an aggressive swing to the server window. That'll be 2-man deficit now. Uno's on 1 HP, so anything will really take him down. Kanto choking on the toxic gas now with 40 seconds left, but G12 collapsing from the master side over into construction. They haven't been able to make this wall openable or opened up to be walk throughable, but walking up the cache stairs on 1 HP. Uno going for a desperation play, and it doesn't pay off. Maybe will drop him down, gets another one for the troubles, but Kanto in the immediate trade to Feral. Now a little bit of team damage there onto Fabian. Meepy floundering the top of cache stairs hallway right outside the CC wall. Being pinched on upon by both members of G2, collapsing on the ground though. The shotgun for one, but it's Kanto to clean it up in the 1v1. G2 playing the trade beautifully, and that is G2 now up 5-2. They win their first attack onto a favorable bomb site. Now Team Secret are starting to sweat.
Here's the impressive part about that. Not only did they win on a bomb site Secret should have won, the best bomb site on this map, they won it after losing Goga at the beginning, being unable to open the wall, getting some of the X-Kairos Bandit tricked off, still pulled it off with the man deficit. That's impressive. It was also down to a lot of Secret gunfights being lost, them just really trying to rotate around into positions that G2 completely read into. For example, the Uno dropping, the attempted jump out, just all those plays completely countered. I mean, I liked also what G2 was trying to do with pushing cache stairs. It didn't have the impact they wanted it to, and it would have been nice had they done that a little bit sooner, or like when they were trying to open construction. That would have been a good time, but nonetheless, they still won. Very impressive. Secret, unfortunately, just not winning enough gunfights. I hate to say that, but that was a situation where they had all the advantages. If you lose too many gunfights, make too many missed plays and attempted rotations, just doesn't work out. I like how similar these scores look too on the
reads from G2 as well, just incredible to watch in action. You know, Uno on that read, tracking Fonkers almost through the wall, knowing that he's rotating, timing the bar hatch drop immediately from like on top of stage. It's a sight to see from G2, man. Their communication and their teamwork is top tier. It's S tier.
Attackers are moving
That's why they stay on top. It's just they're very good at calling out where everyone's at, what they're doing, and then paying attention to that. That becomes like that requires a lot of practice, but as you do it, the longer you play, the more your subconscious starts to pick up what people are calling out and kind of maps it across the map, and that builds to what we call game sense a lot of times. Is that anticipation, that little bits of information that your team calls out that start to form this mental model of what the enemy team's doing. I know it sounds a little woo-woo, but it does pay off over time, being such a highly skilled team. And then Alems, again, fragging out for his team. And Goga is downed yet again, and Uno actually dead. Diffuser dropped here as well. This is, okay, if they don't win on this one, this point, they're unfortunately just throwing.
Fabian at about half. Pengu taking some damage as well. Pushing down Dirt now. Pengu will decapitate Alems as he tries to rotate back by the blue box. No hope there for him as Pengu's made his way deep down Dirt, and there goes Fabian. We've equalized now. You said maybe if they don't win this, you're in trouble territory. Well, we're down to an even scoreline. Fabian is on site without Diffuser, gets cut down by Farrell, coming back down main stairs on top of Fonkers. Can't with a slow peek, but Leon will win that out. It's Pengu in a 1v3 now as he's made his way on site, still without the Diffuser, as that was surrendered by the man inside of blue. The quick peek there will bait out some shots, but he's not going for the engagement towards the bottom of main stairs. Pengu's trying to work his way back over in towards blue. Pick up that Diffuser, because he has entire arsenal control. The remaining 3 defenders are all stacked towards blue and in church. Flashbang will detonate, but it won't blind anyone. Locked in the back behind the generator. Leon turns, but Farrell through the wall. Hits the wall bang, headshot onto Pengu. And that's secret. Leon's even gonna hit him with a little bit of a dance, because at this point, you gotta keep morale high. That was almost match point and series point in favor of G2 after Secret start off with 2 huge picks from Alems.
It surprises me how much Alems is really helping carry this game for Secret on this map, because, you know, he's not, I mean, he's a fantastic player. I'm not downplaying him, but a lot of times we see the 2 F players, Farrell and Fonkers, really going up there, Leon as well. But it's really the Alems show on this map, and it's impressive, and it's really helping Secret stay in this. Now that they're on the favored side as well, I mean, losing cash was not great for sure. They do get a second chance at it, though. But it's definitely not the situation they want to be in. I got to imagine, though, they could play a little bit better this time, but they had so many advantages last time and lost it that I don't know about their cash defense now. They're going to have to adjust a lot. I imagine Goga probably not going to get spawn peek this time, but that's a lot of spawn peeks that have happened now. Secret seem to be really good at eliminating, especially Goga early on, but getting a lot of kills. You saw a couple of them come out from Farrell last map, a couple of them come out from Alems this map. G2 are just not being careful about those early spawn peeks.
I mean, we saw this from Norengo, especially at 6 Invitational as well, that kind of aggressive spawn peek style.
Yeah.
You know, Waka going for those runouts all the time with the Valkyrie. That's a style of play that few teams are really accustomed to playing over and over again. You know, a lot of people label that as kind of like a ranked play style.
Well, G2 doesn't really play much ranked.
No,
outside of Pengu, I think.
Pengu plays a crap ton of ranked, yeah. But outside of that, they're pretty used to the comp setup where, especially, it's kind of frowned upon to, you know, go for spawn peeks and scrims and stuff. Scrims are meant for practice, and you're spawn peeking in that.
You're trying to try out strategies and things like that.
Exactly.
And that's not really factoring too much into strategy. That's just, yeah.
So if you're in this comfort zone of always feeling safe on your way out of spawn, these spawn peeks can be absolutely massive. And like we saw there, Goga, the Thermite, lost 2 rounds ago as the first operator, and G2 still come back for that one. And then again there, Goga is the Thermite downed, and also losing Uno on the soft breach, and yet G2 still pull it back to a 3v3.
They definitely have, all of the players on the team though are clutch worthy for sure. I mean, they didn't win that last round, but they still pulled it back pretty heavy.
It was darn close. I imagine if Pengu had Diffuser, that's an entirely different round.
I think so, because I think he could have baited them out with the big plant.
Or even just planted inside of Arsenal and had everyone rotate out towards Dirt or Hatch to help him.
They are starting to get the wall open pretty quickly here, thanks to Uno being uncontested down in Lounge and opening up the floor, taking out the batteries. Farrell couldn't do a whole lot about that. Temps here coming out with the nade, but unfortunately with no intel, they're not really going to do much, but he is softening up a lot of the floor, just forcing them to reposition, also watching out for anyone trying to push him. But now he's done his job. He's going to rotate up and now just be more of a threat to server itself. So Farrell, unfortunately, rotating a little too late to be able to do much to him here. He is almost seeing someone. Oh, he sees the gun. And he's downed anyway. Oh, no, he went prone.
Oh,
doesn't win that far. There we go. Kanto, in the meantime, does take down one, but that's Goga lost. He's already done his job. Pengu taking down Farrell in the trade now. G2 with the man advantage and the wall open. but Diffuser needs to get picked up.
Super awkward engagement there, and hey, it's one of the worst flashbangs of all time, with that momentum carrying it left because Pengu's still moving. Not sure actually where Fonkers is on the rafters, RG2.
Oh, no.
Trying to identify him, and oh no, the housing, the holographic blocking out Fonkers on the peak. He's holding an extremely tight angle. He's going to go for the upside down rappel as Fonkers is just being bombarded by every disorienting utility on the attacking side. Stun canisters, stun grenades, and frag grenades all being launched up upon him. No one's got a ping though, but no, Uno missing crucial shots into the back of Fonkers while he's not even looking, and they're going to lose Fabian for it. On 50 HP, I imagine Fonkers is trying to heal himself up, and he will. Back to about 90 as he's still in the midst of an onslaught from Pengu and Uno. Pinching upon him, Pete comes from Fonkers yet again, but no one can grab him. Downed and finally finished off by Kanto, so a one-man advantage, but not a lot of time on the side of the attacking.
Well, they're still doing pretty good in terms of manpower advantage, but the smokes are going to delay them a little. 20 seconds left, and oh, there we go. Not enough shots landed.
Missing the headshot onto the top of the cache stairs. Pengu that will take down a Lems. Kanto rushing through, carrying the diffuser. I don't think he was aware that he has the diffuser, not going for the plant. 5 seconds tick down, but Pengu pushes through with the bearing, and that's G2 putting us on match point and series point here. This could be quarterfinal lock for G2.
Yeah, unfortunately, 2 cache losses. There's no way Secret win this, in my opinion.
It's troublesome.
That's the best site. They can't win it. Yeah, church wins are not going to be enough, and that church win was even close to not being win. It only won really because of those early plays.
And it's locked out right now as well. They can't go back to it. The only site they've won on so far on the defense.
Oh, Jim. It's Cash or Jim, and they've lost Cash twice, so Jim, it's going to be probably here, and see if they can win that, but it wasn't great for G2.
So it's going to be attack time out here for Team Secret, obviously, with their backs against the wall and elimination match point. And by that, I mean they'll be sent down to the elimination match tomorrow if they lose.
At least they're the winners, bracket, so they're okay.
Yep.
They can lose this and still be okay, but yeah. It's not
Spoiler alert for anyone watching back home and doesn't want to hear spoilers. 3, 2, 1. It looks like Secret, if they lose this game, will be running into a rematch against Rogue.
Yeah. Not a surprise there. It was looking pretty good for Rogue. They were doing quite well in Clubhouse after winning Bank, so not terribly surprised there. But this is valuable experience for Cyclops. They just won't get any more for the rest of the week. They get to watch, talk to other players, kind of figure things out, and I imagine they'll bring some of that experience back to Japan to kind of be competitive up there with Norengo, who is still in this for now.
Well, I mean, that happened with Ainz, too. I mean, they did not perform all that well at Sao Paulo, and then they came into SI-18, and they did slightly better in their group, but still knocked out in groups. But that developed the Japanese scene.
Yeah.
And that's how, we got a lot of the teams that we have today coming from APAC. Same thing with Fnatic. Their first couple LAN runs, SI-18 is Mind Freak. They didn't make it out of groups. And, they keep coming back to every LAN, and it builds up the rest of the scene.
What's great, though, about building up Japan is that's where we're going at the end of the season.
Exactly.
Attackers need to locate
Gotta hype it up.
bomb.
Jim, they are going to try. Hopefully that tactical timeout was enough to figure out what they can do, because as you said, they are on match at map point. Now they're on the worst bomb site that is still playable here, one that even G2 could win. And they're going to try it for perhaps their last round of the winner's bracket here.
Could be. They might have a date with a familiar foe waiting for them on the other side. Or it could be Secret with quite the remarkable comeback. I mean, Kafe is still up in the air as to whether or not we'll get there.
I'm sorry, after 2 cash losses, I'm not seeing it happen. I want to have faith in Secret, but G2 is just playing like the G2 we know.
That's the thing. G2 on top right now at an unprecedented level we've seen with this exact roster.
Yeah.
With Uno coming over, we haven't really seen this at a G2 yet with Uno on the roster.
He's still not getting enough points for me, and I'm really disappointed.
It's all about your fantasy team, right, Devin?
I thought that's what this was about.
Well, Uno on the Buck has had a pretty significant impact, at least here on Clubhouse, for one map. Wasn't the loudest character on Coastline, but wasn't needed, really. The rest of the team filling in well, especially with Goga picking up quite a few frags on Coast, being afforded the opportunity to play more of a flex role. Here on a more hard breach, pure support role.
Unfortunately, he's been dying a lot early.
That's
not that it's mattered a lot of the times. Unfortunately for Secret, those early picks not seeming to be the most impactful.
And that's the real surprise factor for G2, is that even though they are losing crucial members of the team early from the aggression and surprise factor that Team Secret are bringing, they're still able to overcome and adapt. And that's the impressive fact about, feat.
That's why they're the top team they are.
Yep.
I like this switching up. Okay, now it's your turn.
I did mine, now you do yours.
Yeah, exactly. Well, they are really stacked up here. Man, if you could get a C4 right there.
Yeah. You got 3 on the roof, 1 on the rappel, and 1 right beside him on the jacuzzi balcony. Now Fabian will come join the party, and here comes Uno. Everyone filing in. This might be a gym overload.
Yeah, this is definitely looking pretty good. They're going to try and clear out this bathroom wall as soon as they can. Falker's not going to trick that grenade. And now the wall's going to come open. Leon going to try and fight it now, but this is a risky play to be making. Sees just the tip of a head. It doesn't really do anything. Gets droned. He's not going to win this.
No, Uno's still on top. We may disparage his performance in Online Pro League, but here today in Raleigh, he is on top of his game and helping the rest of his team inch their way closer and closer to a victory. So now for Team Secret in a 3v5 to keep themselves alive here in the winner's bracket and push themselves towards a map number 3. G2 are trying to lock this one up nice and early with a pair of 7-3 score lines. This mirror's been disabled now by the X-Kairos, and Meepy's still trying to play it from at range in behind the mattress inside of Master, but with 50 seconds left, G2 haven't made a whole lot of progress until I say that, and Fabian takes the head clean off of Feral. It's down to a 2v5, Meepy taking fire from all imaginable angles, pushing into the hallway. LMs will drop one, that's Goga. Uno's been down as well, but Pengu will pick up Meepy with the bearing. 2 members for G2 on the floor bleeding out, and Diffuser not in control of any living member of G2 in the midst of the hallway. They're trying to go for a revive, at least onto 1 to Uno, so back up to a 1v4. They'll even pick up Goga here on Nitro into the hallway. It won't connect either. Attempting to take one engagement at a time, turning it back and forth between the door and the wall. He'll have to go for a construction rotate as the plant is going down from Pengu. Lems in the midst of an absolute gulag. He's able to down off 1 inside of construction. Multiple members of G2 low on HP, but now so is Lems. And this construction rotate might be read by G2. He's going to turn back knowing it. And everyone from G2 starting to peel back and play this much safer. He can't go through the construction as he turns the corner. 1 will lock him down. It'll be Kafe, and that is G2, the reigning world champions, to the quarterfinals of the Raleigh Major.
Well played by G2. Never really slacking off at any point. Losing members repeatedly at the beginning of rounds on Coastline and Clubhouse. All the aggression in the world does nothing to slow down this steamroller.